Hi guys, I'm Morgan Crosbie from Finch Chevrolet in London, Ontario, Canada, and you're watching Cars and Crosby. You're also watching a very, very happy camper. General Motors. It's Monday morning. Thought I was going to be dealing with month end and getting all my deliveries out. I'm going to get to those, but we've got to talk about this post that you guys just made on GM Media. If you guys are probably already seen by the time you've seen this episode, the Z06 just got leaked. Not leaked, they released it. I think that they thought the cat was out of the bag in terms of all the renderings that were out there. I'm going to probably hear a lot of people speculating on why General Motors did this, but I'm not mad. I'm very happy that they've given us a photo because it gives us some time to digest what this new Corvette is going to look like, and then we can be ready for even more information about it on the October 26th release that I don't think at this point still have even determined what's going to be. You know, when we were at the NCM Bash, they were talking about it being a live streaming event similar to like the Hummer, and if that's the case, I think it makes sense given the nature that you need to give people a little bit of notice before then. You know, it's a month away, less than a month, one day less than a month away. So it makes a lot of sense to me that it's probably going to be a virtual release and you're going to see a slow stream of information coming about. Now, if you guys are interested in this, I'm sure that there's technology that's available for us to do this. I'm thinking out loud about maybe doing a live streaming event. Maybe I can get some of my buddies that are pretty big into the Corvette world as well. I'm thinking of, you know, Justin from Horsepower Obsessed, maybe Chevy Dude would be interested, or Rick Conti, in doing a live streaming event. That to me would be a really cool option. I'm going to send them this link to this episode, and hopefully they can get back to me on if that's something that they would be willing to do. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that I saw was this photo right here. Now, this is a rendering from GM Design. If you haven't already started to follow them on Instagram, GM Design is a remarkable Instagram page from the folks at the Design Center. And the reason why I really like this is because you can kind of see what the direction and the lineage that they're trying to do, or the design language that they're trying to come across with on their products in a lot more raw state. So you can really see where they're trying to focus their time and energy, and you can see a lot of that work has been done in the side intake area here. There's also a high wing spoiler on this photo. I'm going to try to do a picture-in-picture to show you some of this stuff as well. Learning some new things in terms of video editing, and that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on right now the most. Now, the next photo that they came up with was this one, which we've already seen very tight versions of the camo, as they call it, the Sharpie marker camo. We've already seen a bunch of these kind of photos from, you know, leaked shots that were from the Nuremberg race, and then also when it was down at Le Mans, so that was nothing new. But this was, here it is, guys. This is the actual Corvette Z06 in the 8th generation, and there's a lot to unpack. I'm going to put the picture of it up on the board here, and we're just going to start talking about the things that I see on here. In particular, right off the bat, you can definitely tell that there is a lot more aero on it, and that this is also the entry-level Z06. It looks to me like this would be what you would get without any Z07 package on it, and with that we have a spoiler that is almost like a ducktail spoiler that we would have had on the previous Z06 models that were in the stage 1, 2, and 3 of the aero, minus the wicker bill in the center area. The most prominent thing that I can see on this build that I'm very happy to see is that they've done a really good job at getting some nice new wheels. You'll see that there is a very different offset on the wheels there. There's a very nice concave kind of feature. And the wheels have always been something that I've been working on trying to upgrade in terms of getting the style and the stance, and it looks like Corvette did exactly with what I was hoping they would do in changing the offset and making it have a little bit more of an aggressive stance. Now, in terms of an aggressive stance as well, you can see that the side intakes have some significant change. They are a lot more prominent, and then also just even the design of how it goes back in what I'm assuming is either carbon flash metallic or an exposed carbon fiber as an option. It does do this kind of wishbone kind of shape now on there, which is definitely different from the base model. On the front hood, it almost looks like it has stinger stripes on there, but I feel like those are actually Bodyworks that have adjusted the styling of the front end of the Corvette. It does look like it's got a lot more character, a lot more athletic styling, like it's got more muscle on its frame, and it's giving me the vibe that it is definitely a higher performance model just based on the styling of it on the front end. Now, in terms of the width of it, from this angle you really don't get to see it that much, but on the front fender you do get to notice there are some new lines that are on the Corvette, and I think that would have to do with the fact that this is a wider body than the older Stingray model. It's weird to say that that's the older model now, but we are now onto another trim level of Corvette. And so for me, I think that this is in particular a really good insight that there is going to be a wider body, and hopefully that they continue to do that with the next few models, whether it be being called the Grand Sport or the E-Ray. If you're following along with the news, you'll notice that they are doing some benchmark testing right now with an Acura NSX, that being a front hybrid vehicle, meaning that it has front wheels powered by hybrid motors or electric motors. That would make sense on why I think that there is going to be an E-Ray model, which I'm hoping for. And then also the leaked photos of the interior, which show that there is a Regen On Demand button. Now, the Regen On Demand is a button that we've had on other electric vehicles where you can do one pedal driving, meaning that you can take your foot off the brake and use the batteries to recharge and therefore slow down the vehicle instead of you using your brakes. It's an amazing technology. You're literally making money while you drive because you're putting battery power into your powertrain to then use to get you further, and you're not using your brakes, which is a double whammy in terms of cost savings. So really great technology to see come down. And just on the topic of fuel economy, what we were talking about before, it's nice that you have a Corvette, but when you can do things efficiently and you can save money by having a Corvette, that's the type of stuff that I really like to promote on my channel. And to think that you can make some money driving it around in a hybrid way, that to me is a really remarkable feature. So I'm still going to be looking at these photos for a couple of hours, picking up as much as I can and looking at other people that I trust in the Corvette world to give me their insight on this. If you guys are interested in possibly doing a live streaming event for the 26th when the real official release happens, please let me know in the comment section, as I would love to try to get this show on the road and maybe have a viewing party to go with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this impromptu episode releasing the Z06 Corvette. I'm Morgan Crosbie from Finch Chevrolet, and happy motoring.